Thank you for sponsoring this morning. I am running for the State Senate, 31st Senate District, for two reasons. First, I have a long career in local government. I served for 14 years on the county board, Arlington County Board, and I'm still serving on the county board. And I believe that the local perspective on how to get things done, how to deliver services, how to balance your tax rate with the quality of the services you're getting is something that is an important perspective to bring to Richmond. I also believe that Richmond, in many ways, needs to create an environment for us that is a little more progressive, a little more compassionate, and is willing to make investments in the right areas. What we've done in Arlington has been recognized nationally and internationally. Arlington, many of you know, has been applauded for its top quality schools, for its investment in infrastructure, both technology and transportation, for its investment in pedestrian enhancements. We've encouraged and now have obtained more office space than Boston or Los Angeles. We're only 26 square miles. It's this kind of mindset where we're looking at strategic investments and also how you connect land use and transportation decisions that have made Arlington a great place. And that mindset, I think, will serve us very well in Richmond. The things I will value when I go to Richmond, I believe we need to invest more in K through 12. I think we need to invest more in higher education. A specific example of an issue I accomplished on the county board was I advocated very strongly and convinced my colleagues to increase our per capita funding to the Northern Virginia Community College. The Northern Virginia Community College should not be in a position of having to turn away students. That is an entryway for a college degree, and our workforce development is one of the most important factors that you all need us to invest in. I also will work on transportation. Everybody knows we need a dedicated stream of funding. I do believe that transportation decisions should be linked with land use planning. I think we have to consider dollars not just for roads, but for metro. I will also work very hard in the area of the environment. I chair the Chesapeake Bay Committee, the Council of Governments Chesapeake Bay Committee, a number of other regional bodies I've been involved with, and I'm also the president-elect of the Virginia Association of Counties. So I have deep roots in this area. I've lived here 27 years. I've got 30 seconds left. I will conclude by saying I am proud that many of the Northern Virginia leaders that you all know and respect have also endorsed me. Senator Saslaw, Senator Whipple, Senator Howell, Sharon Bulova, David Poisson, and others. I hope I earn your endorsement and your vote. Thank you.
Done in terms of state policies on education, that are more the administrative decisions but have huge impact, including SOL and the opening of school. We start our school season so late. Is there things that the legislature can do about that, or is it strictly an administrative decision?
Well, the state, as you know, sets many guidelines and parameters that the local governments have to meet in providing their educational programs. A couple of the things that have been an issue in Northern Virginia would be the dollars available to the school systems for special needs children or children needing English as second languages. Frequently, those dollars come to us based on a formula, and that's not helpful to this region. We're a very affluent region, but we do have a high number of children in those categories. So if those dollars came to us more in a block grant formula or a block grant approach, it would enable us to probably maximize the dollars better and serve more students. Now, the number of days in a school year, that's set by the General Assembly. We should, in my view, we should have some flexibility in what that school year looks like. There are some jurisdictions that have a large number of children on free and reduced lunch, and those jurisdictions have chosen to go 12 months for their school system with vacations here and there. So there are opportunities. I'm sorry, my time is up.
We Democrats hold on to the which I think we will. What would be your priority committee in which you serve? The one in which you have a burning desire?
Well, Senate Finance Committee is a very glamorous committee, but I don't think a freshman senator will be assigned to it. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to ask for committees that I believe I would have a chance of getting on, and I can actually hit the ground running. I would like to work on the education and welfare issues. I feel passionately, as I just talked about education, I do work at a university. Prior to running for office, I served for 15 years in the federal government in the Department of Health and Human Services, so I have a big background in the human services area. That's where I would start. I also am interested in the environment. So, there we go.
Okay, one more question.
Virginia, we have an attorney general and a legislature that decided to oppose health care reform, but we also have a state that's attempting to implement it. Talk a little bit about how we're going to get this implemented, how we're going to get health care reform implemented, and what you consider the important issues that the state can work on.
My turn. Well, I believe healthcare reform was necessary. I believe healthcare reform will ultimately serve us all better. I think there are baby steps we're going to have to keep taking until the state of Virginia actually comes to grips with the fact that providing health care for those who can't afford health care, don't have access to health care, or are not eligible for Medicaid is actually a very business-friendly thing to do. Having employees who can remain healthy is a good thing. But there are lots that we can do. The Medicaid is we're talking about expanding Medicaid both for eligibility and for the services provided. There has been a growth in clinics throughout the state. I have been very active in the Arlington Free Clinic in my county, but there are a number of clinics throughout the state that could be better funded. There's much more emphasis now on primary care and preventive care, and if the state really funded those vehicles, I think we'd be able to reach more and more people and get better outcomes. So I'm looking forward to working on those issues. I sincerely believe that we will one day implement health care reform, and thank you for your question, Mike.